For then 200 years, treasure hunters have been focusing on Oak Island, a mystery island with a rich past. The Lagena brothers were enthused by the discovery of gold in the water and set out on a mission to find the island's hidden treasure. They searched every inch of the island, from its verdant forests to its deep swamps, looking for clues. They found an old-fashioned ladder, a secret underwater tunnel, and odd carvings and symbols. Notwithstanding obstacles like difficult terrain and erratic weather, the brothers persisted and made important discoveries in their quest for the truth. They found gold traces in timber samples extracted from boreholes, which offered hints about the island's past. Although dark legends suggested a curse protecting the Muir, the Lagena brothers' perseverance and dedication were demonstrated by the discovery of gold and ancient artifacts, which marked a turning point in their adventure. The brothers' belief in the potential to uncover the island's past propelled them through difficult times. As they carried out their research, their close relationship and common objectives gave them the courage to take on the most difficult tasks. Despite the obstacles they encounter, Rick Marty and his group have been committed to revealing Oak Island's ancient tales. Their perseverance and unwavering optimism have brought them one step closer to comprehending the intricate strata of the island, and their scientific research has produced reliable proof to back up their hypotheses. The finding of gold in wooden samples extracted from deep within the island was one notable event that not only validated the presence of lucrative resources, but also inspired a new set of excavation techniques. In order to gain important insights regarding the island's geology, history, and possible treasures, the team broadened their scientific endeavors to include soil analysis, geode, IAL surveys, and other experiments. These scientific endeavors have contributed to a more thorough comprehension of Oak Island's history by providing solid data to support their views. Working together and conducting thorough study have been essential to the Lee brothers' efforts to uncover Oak Island's strata. By collaborating with professionals from around the world, such as historians, archaeologists, and metallurgists, the team has gained access to a greater variety of resources and expertise, improving their capacity to successfully address the island's complex historical issues. In conclusion, despite the difficulties they encounter, Rick Marty and his team have been committed to revealing the hidden truths beneath the island's surface. Their cooperation with specialists and commitment to their mission have made them a potent reminder of the value of maintaining optimism in the face of hardship. By working with a number of experts, Rick Lagena and his group have made great strides towards solving the Oak Island puzzle. Their work has produced new instruments and methods for delving deeper into the island's historical secret tales, bringing them one step closer to solving the enduring puzzle that has fascinated treasure seekers for many years. The advanced engineering and tenacity of individuals who attempted to safeguard or unearth the island's secret stories are highlighted by the discovery of the Smith Cove flood tunnels. Researchers and treasure hunters have also taken notice of the discovery of stone inscriptions on Oak Island that include letters, numbers, and symbols. These inscriptions imply that Oak Island may have once been visited or inhabited by people who left these perplexing signs behind, but it is still unclear what their origins and purposes were because there is no supporting evidence. Early in the 20th century, a party of treasure hunters made significant progress in their excavation of Oak Island with the construction of a coffer dam near Smith's Cove. Hunters began constructing this temporary building to control water flow and access difficult-to-reach locations for excavation. The finding of wooden frame structures and platforms beneath Smith's Cove raised numerous inquiries regarding their origins and use. The finding of historical records pertaining to Oak Island, such as maps, journals, and reports, demonstrates the continued interest in the island's complex past. Historians, treasure seekers, and inquisitive minds have been fascinated by Oak Island, a little island off the coast of Nova Scotia, for generations. The island's promise of unfathomable wealth, historic relics, and a treasure hidden in legends passed down through the years is what makes it so alluring. Yet its obstinate concealment has left many would-be explorers with an important chapter in the history of treasure seeking was marked by the disappointed hopes surrounding the elusive Oak Island treasure. By revealing priceless ancient artifacts and carefully examining scientific data, Rick Lagena and his team have unearthed the mysteries hidden beneath the island's surface. This continuous exploration process not only satisfies the curiosity of those directly involved, but also benefits the larger community of enthusiasts and scholars. With every new season and discovery, the Oak Island story keeps developing, demonstrating how historical exploration and the unknown bind us together to seek solutions to timeless mysteries. After generations of conjecture, fruitless leads, and unsuccessful attempts, the elusive Oak Island treasure may have finally been found. After more than 200 years of conjecture, the Lagena brothers set out on a mission to unravel the mysteries of Oak Island, a mysterious island with a legendary treasure. They had a common vision and a strong belief in the treasure's existence. And as they approached despair, they found a stone bearing strange, unintelligible symbols that strengthened their resolve. The discovery of the elusive Oak Island treasure could alter everything we thought we knew about Oak Island and its hidden treasure. Despite the growing list of discoveries, the brothers encountered many disappointments and setbacks. They also found an underground tunnel connecting the beach to the money pit, which hinted at vast wealth hidden deep below. The tunnel contained soil samples and a detailed analysis of artifacts taken from the pit, suggesting that Oak Island had been visited by ancient civilizations long before European settlers arrived. As their hunt went on, they faced the genuine potential that the treasure would never be located. Yet they persisted in moving forward in the belief that it was still out there waiting to be discovered. The Lagena brothers' tale is about more than just finding treasure. It's also about the excitement of discovery, the strength of belief, and endurance. It serves as a reminder that some mysteries are worthwhile to pursue, even if the answers are just out of reach. As they get ready for the 4th season of their quest, the Oak Island team found a French map from 1647 with clues pointing directly to the treasure they had been looking for. They turned to historian Zena Halper, who suggested that the map was a copy of an older document. The brothers were certain that they were about to make a significant discovery, but the journey was also about the excitement of discovery and the hope that they were about to change history. An old book binding containing the secret message was another fascinating discovery. In the binding, Rick and Marty searched for clues that led them to a lengthy text written in a language they had forgotten. They set out to decode the text in the hopes that it would lead them to the treasure's location. But instead they discovered another paragraph with the names of William Chappell and Frederick Blair that told a story from the 15th century about a hidden vault full of gold and valuable items. Despite their best efforts, they were unable to locate the vault, making the search for the treasure more than just a pursuit of wealth. Numerous attempts have been made to reveal the secrets of Oak Island's enigmatic and expensive treasure hunt, the Money Pit. However, financial difficulties forced the Truro business to quit their work and leave the island. The hazardous and intricate circumstances that explorers had to deal with, such controlling the water in the pit, were very risky. The dual nature of the operations on Oak Island was highlighted when one worker died while attempting to control the flood. The investigation team expanded, adding new specialists like Craig Tester Dan Blankenship and his son David Dan Blankenship. They made a number of significant discoveries, such as solving the puzzle of intricate traps meant to guard the money pit at Smith's Cove. But the largest challenge still stood. The water in the pit threatened their work. In order to facilitate removal and enable the team to proceed with their task, Craig Tester suggested freezing the water. When the Lagena brothers Marty and Rick set out to explore Oak Island, they discovered Dan Blankenship to be a kindred spirit. Despite their best efforts, the entire Oak Island mystery is still unknown, with a complex network of clues that leave more questions than answers. Nevertheless, the team is optimistic that one day they will discover the mysteries that have baffled treasure seekers for ages.
Permanently altered the course of history. The island serves as a reminder that there are still mysteries to be solved, secrets to be revealed, and treasures hiding in the most unlikely locations. Click on the video links popping up for more interesting content, and we will catch you there in a minute. The enthralling tale of persistent search culminates in a horrible final excavation that rewrites history and challenges the human imagination. Prepare to be astounded because reality is more magnificent than your wildest dreams. It's the Lagena brothers again. During the final phase of excavation at Oak Island, they made a terrible discovery with their crew. On the 140 acres of the supposedly cursed Oak Island, the Lagena brothers and metal detector expert Gary Drayton have primarily discovered clay, wood, and metal implements. But they have also discovered a number of rare artifacts. But what precisely are these insanity-inducing discoveries they make during the final Oak Island excavation? As we unearth each piece of treasure discovered in the final section of The Curse of Oak Island, the truth becomes apparent. When the excavation reached a depth of 190 feet, a subterranean vault that had been concealed for a long time was discovered. There was an overwhelming sense of surprise and disbelief. The group cautiously entered the room as their pulses raced in anticipation. Inside its dimly lit confines, they witnessed an extraordinary sight. In front of them was a glittering tableau of extraordinary wealth, comprised of piles of gold and silver coins, antique artifacts, and priceless diamonds. The treasure was quickly estimated to be worth billions, making it one of the most significant discoveries in history. The artifacts disclosed a rich history, connecting Oak Island to antiquity and validating long-debated hypotheses. As news of the discovery spread like wildfire, it attracted the attention of historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters all over the globe. As specialists dedicated their time to discovering the treasure's origins and legends, Oak Island became the focal point of the investigation. The Lagena brothers have spent their entire 9-season tenure searching for treasures buried on the island by the Knights Templar, British soldiers, or even Spanish pirates. In the Season 1 finale of The Curse of Oak Island, titled The Find, metal detectorist Steve Zazulik discovered a 8-inscribed coin while investigating a swamp. Later, it was determined that it was a copper Spanish 8 maravedis coin from the 17th century. In the Season 2 premiere, Once In, Forever In, the coin was cleansed and examined, revealing that 1652 was inscribed on the reverse. Additional examination of the coin revealed that it had been lost in the marsh for hundreds of years and was not a recently deposited object. All indications pointed to the fact that this was a legitimate historical discovery, the first of many throughout the program. Could this inconspicuous copper coin be evidence of previously undiscovered pirate treasure? The Lagena brothers appeared to be on the right track in their search for Oak Island's concealed wealth. In the second episode of the second season, Return to the Money Pit, treasure hunter Gary Drayton discovered not one, but 2 distinctive treasures while metal detecting. He made his first discovery near Oak Island's shore. Drayton and his associates discovered a button from a 17th century military officer's uniform, although it is unknown to which military it belonged. However, it could be evidence that the military was responsible for some of the confidential information on the island. In the interim, Drayton and his companions discovered their second find of the day in a nearby forest. A small coin that appeared to be a 17th century maravedi similar to the one discovered in the season finale of the previous year was concealed in the soil. Compared to other coins, however, this one was substantially smaller, perhaps the size of 2 maravedis as opposed to 8. Even though they are small, these incredible discoveries may point to a larger treasure hidden on Oak Island. In the third episode of the second season, The 8-Pointed Star, Gary made 2 astounding scientific discoveries. This time, Drayton and his companions discovered 2 17th century King Charles II Britannia coins buried beneath the pebbles and pyrite strewn along the coastline. One of the coins clearly displayed the year 1771 on its surface, indicating that they were centuries ancient. Where did these 17th century coins originate? They may have been abandoned by treasure hunters in a hurry, or more fervently, could they have been abandoned on Oak Island by a wealthy gang that came there to conceal their loot? Undoubtedly, the Oak Island team would need to conduct additional investigation. Diver and treasure hunter Tony Sampson cleaned the coin and observed what appeared to be a cross pattern on one side. This peculiar cross may be the emblem of the Knights Templar, who established one of the earliest global financial systems in the 13th century. Could this coin have been used for finance by the Knights Templar? Who can say? What initially appeared to be the discovery of a small Spanish maravedi coin may in fact be a crucial clue leading to a large amount of Knights Templar treasure concealed on Oak Island. In Circles in Wood, the 6th episode of the 4th season, Gary Drayton, along with associate producers and fellow treasure hunters Jack Begley and Alex Lagena, conduct metal detecting on land formerly owned by former slave-turned-caduceus farmer Samuel Ball. Drayton and his companions initially uncovered a piece of chain buried in the ground, but as they continued their investigation, they eventually uncovered a small copper and bronze ring. They persevered, confident that they were on the correct track, and uncovered a coin that could be hundreds of years old. Samuel Ball, one of the wealthiest residents of Oak Island, owned 36 acres of the island. Did cabbage cultivation contribute to this wealth? Or maybe Ball discovered a treasure? These discoveries could represent a minor portion of the Oak Island treasure ball. Gary Drayton, a metal detecting specialist, and Charles Burkhouse, an Oak Island historian, continue their investigation of Samuel Ball's property in Season 4, Episode 8, The Mystery of Samuel Ball, where they make a number of intriguing discoveries. The first item that Drayton and Burkhouse discover is a gentleman button, which is commonly found on 1700s clothing. They soon unearth numerous King George II coins from the 18th century, as well as a lead ingot used to create musket balls. Drayton hypothesizes that these artifacts are the remnants of a military camp, after uncovering what appears to be an engraved metal tag from the bottom of a handgun. Were these campers from the 18th century searching for forgotten wealth or abandoning it? In the 1700s, the only thing that can be said with absolute certainty is that Oak Island was extremely active. In Blood is Thicker, Episode 15 of Season 4 of The Curse of Oak Island, Gary employs a metal detector to examine the objects Rick and Marty Lagena had unearthed at the Gal 1 excavation site. They initially assume it to be a coin, but quickly realize that the word plated is engraved on it. Dr. Laurie Vanderland, an expert in antique valuation, examined this spherical object and concluded that it was most likely a gold-plated button from a 17th or 18th century British military uniform. When the Lagena brothers discover a large metal hinge with drill marks in the same location, this becomes considerably more plausible. Dr. Vanderland examined it and concluded that it was from the same time period. Even more intriguing is the fact that it was frequently used as a hinge on treasure chests. Even if it originated from a ship that used the hinge for a different purpose, it is still a very intriguing discovery because it raises the question of what lies beneath Oak Island. In Dead Man's Chest, the second episode of the 5th season, Gary Drayton and his metal detecting team once again discover evidence of 17th century participation on the island, which may have been caused by the military, pirates, or both. Soon after discovering a 17th century musket projectile which was used in cannons, they find what appears to be a Maravedi, which is identical to the one found in the Season 1 finale, The Find. This coin is unique because it has been cut into tiny pieces. Oak Island entered a new era when the dust subsided and the significance of the discovery became apparent. The long-held legend had finally come true, permanently altering the fate of the island. Oak Island. Specific museums, exhibits, and research facilities have emerged, revealing the island's enthralling history and incredible discovery story. The Oak Island treasure symbolized human perseverance and the ceaseless pursuit of the unknown. It served as a monument to the ability of the human spirit to solve even the most difficult challenges. The island's name would endure in the annals of exploration and treasure hunting, inspiring future generations to investigate unresolved mysteries. Remember to subscribe to the channel for additional blues from
Uncovering the legendary treasure that Oak Island is said to hold is the objective of the squad this time. During their exploration of Smith's Cave, they come across an empty spot at a height of precisely 90 feet. Within this space, they find an ancient, deteriorating ladder that vanishes into the shadows of a tunnel beneath the sea. They feel that this ladder is either a relic from previous hunters or a warning of a curse. According to the legends of the island, there is a chilling story about lives that were lost and the necessity of claiming the riches. As they continue to dig deeper, they discover a target bore hole with a comma of 111.5 comma, which they believe to be the key to the treasure. Marty, who had previously been there, finds an ancient ladder hand-carved by someone. The drill screams against the earth, inch by inch, biting through dirt rock, and whatever secrets lay below as they drill deeper, they find an open space with silence falling over the team they have just punched through into something. A chamber or tunnel. And it is unknown. What it is, they fill a tube with the unknown, which they believe is part of something bigger. They crack open the tube, finding gold in the wood. The team is on the right track and they map out 12 more boreholes, each one a different type of treasure. As the quest for the treasure proceeds, the team remains resolute in their endeavor to unearth the riches that has been concealed on Oak Island. Together, Rick and Peter Romke make up a treasure team. On Oak Island, a group of hunters unearths a mystery treasure. They find a stone wall, a well that is filled with shattered crockery, and a formation known as the quadrilateral. Additionally, they find gold in the water. Sparks has high hopes that there are additional mysteries concealed within the depths of Oak Island. As they continue their exploration, they come across an old ladder that leads into a dark tunnel beneath the water. This could be a clue from treasure hunters from a long time ago, or it could be something more local. Legends have whispered about a curse that had taken lives before saying that it was found. It would take the death of one more person before the wealth could be discovered. The crew is eager to confront the obstacles that lie ahead, and they are especially interested in a location that has been identified by specialists. It is suggested by Dr. Spooner and Dr. Michelle that the wealth might be concealed within a particular region known as the Blob, which is located to the west of the garden shaft. With a map in hand, the specialists restricted the search to a smaller area that they named the Baby Blob. They thought that a tunnel that was 95 feet below the ground may lead directly to the treasure. At the same time, the drilling rig was getting ready to dig into Borley DN 111.5, Now that they are finally on the edge of discovering anything beneath the island, everyone's enthusiasm is building up with anticipation. While Marty is getting ready to investigate the garden shaft, the historian of Charles Oak Island is in charge of the drilling. They are removing mounds of dirt and water from the ancient shaft and reinforcing it with wood. With each step, they are getting closer and closer to discovering more clues about the buried past of the island. They have been drilling down a rig and have discovered an open space 90 feet below the surface. The discovery aligns with other B-holes that they had drilled nearby, and they are now unsure of what they have found. The team is searching for a hidden treasure on Oak Island, which is a mysterious island known as Oak Island in the Bahamas. A core sample of wood was collected, and the team is interested to see if it is a portion of a tunnel or if it is an ancient treasure chest. The team is now certain that they are on the correct path to getting to the bottom of the mystery surrounding Oak Island. In order to locate indications of human activity, such as tunnels or artifacts that have been concealed, the team intends to drill 12 more boreholes. In addition to this, they found an old stone wall on Lot 26, which may provide an additional piece of the puzzle. Fred Nolan, a surveyor on the island, has made a number of significant discoveries, one of which is a massive cross-shaped formation known as Nolan's Cross. Together, the team is exploring the history of the island, which includes an old well that is filled with broken pottery. They are now more confident that they are on the right path to finding the treasure that they are looking for. Both Marty and Rick. In 1861, the money pit collapsed, leaving no trace of the treasure that they were looking for. Some people believe that this was a sign of something big or even treasure. Lagena brothers, who are characters in the popular television show The Curse of Oak Island, embark on a mission to discover the legendary wealth that is hidden on the island. They have been searching for the island for more than 200 years in the hopes of finding the grand treasure that they are looking for. While some people believed that it was the work of ancient religious warriors who may have come to protect sacred places and fight in holy battles, the brothers have discovered small traces of gold in the water surrounding the island, which makes them excited once more. They believe that something significant is hidden on Oak Island, including pieces of wood, tools, coins, and a U-shaped structure that resembles old secret groups such as the Knights Templar. Additionally, they have discovered an old cross made of lead, which may be connected to the Knights Templar. Additional discoveries, such as old coins and tools, add to the mystery. As each season of exploration passes, the brothers continue to search every nook and cranny of the island using cutting-edge technology to look deep into the ground and underwater for clues. They discover more traces of gold in the waters of the island, which may be an indication that the treasure is close at hand, or that the island is playing a trick on them to lead them deeper into its mysteries. They intend to dig deeper than they ever have before, but they must exercise caution because the legend of the island warns of danger, and 6 lives have already been lost. Oak Island's treasure is not just about finding gold, it's also about uncovering the island's history and the mysterious nature of the island. The Lagena brothers are embarking on a quest to uncover the secrets of Oak Island, a mysterious island that has been a subject of fascination for centuries. They are determined to uncover the island's past and discover the secrets that have been left behind by its past explorers. Their search is driven by the desire to unlock the secrets of the island's past, which has been untold for generations. The legendary hidden tunnel of Oak Island is one of the most important discoveries. This tunnel has been missing for more than 200 years, and the crew is desperate to find out what it is that it is hiding. In two new sites that they have referred to as boreholes, 8 1/2 and 13 1/2, they have found a 10th vacant space beneath the ground underground. Some people believe that the tunnels are concealed beneath the surface of the earth, potentially connected to a famous location on the island known as the Garden Shaft. As they continue their quest, they come across an antique cross that is buried deep within the earth. The team's irritation is growing as they continue to dig, wondering if they are digging in the appropriate location. Despite their efforts, there are stories that claim the Garden Shaft could house the treasure that has been missing for a very long time. Air bubbles appear in the soil as they drill, suggesting that there might be man-made tunnels hidden below the surface. This raises the possibility that they may be close to the treasure. The Lagena brothers and their team were excited about the possibility of finding treasure on Oak Island. They collected water samples near air bubbles and analyzed the water to find clues about what might be hidden beneath the island. They partnered with the Duma Mining Company to help dig safely and efficient Wreck L. They discovered that water was rushing into the shafts from the land side, which could be a hint that they were getting close to flood tunnels. Belied to protect the treasure, the team decided to reinforce the shafts with concrete to stop the water from flooding in and make it safer to dig deeper. The Duma Mining Company reassured them that after the renovations, they would be able to explore the shafts in the safest conditions possible. The team was eager to find the original money pit, which was at the heart of Oak Island's mystery and legend. The team knew that each artifact they uncovered could tell a bigger story. They were digging into history, who had come to Oak Island and what had left behind. Some believed that the Knights Templar, a group of religious warriors from the Middle Ages, might have hidden their treasure on the island. The Lagena brothers were determined to keep going, knowing that many explorers had tried and failed before them. Their journey was about uncovering the secrets of Oak Island, secrets that had been buried for centuries.